So inside the folder of get, I have added this new folder of project in which I have this folder of HTML pages, in which I have couple of HTML simple pages about.html, contact.html, and index share with friends.html. And if I show you these pages in my browser, first for this home page, I have this page. You can see this page. This is just a simple page with HTML and CSS, nothing special. And here I have this about.html page, simple page of HTML and CSS. Then I have this contact page in which I have added this form that we made in our post project here. This is also HTML because there is no PHP on this form right now. And here I have this share with friend.html page. And if you can notice, there is one thing common in all of these pages, and that is the design of their header and their sidebar and the background and the footer as well in all of these pages. The only thing that is different in all of these pages are the content part. The content here, the content here, content here, and content here. So all of these pages are completely separated, and only thing that is common in these pages are this page that I made, index page, and the common part in these 4 pages is this header, this sidebar in which I have link and description, and this footer. So using PHP you can make any static HTML page and convert it into dynamic PHP page. It means that we are going to create just the simple layout for our website that will include the necessary things like header, sidebar or footer that will be same for our rest of the site. And we are just going to add the content here for our share with friend page, contact page, about page and home page. So we are only going to make and build our structure of our basic and common structure of our website once, and we can use this once created structure by 100 or maybe 1000 of pages whenever we want by using PHP, and that's called dynamic web pages building using PHP. So we need to focus on this index page right here. So in the folder of my project that is inside get, I'm going to copy these HTML pages and paste it right here and changing it name to be dynamic web pages. And let's click on this dynamic web pages. Open my project Komodo. Here I have the files index.html, share with friends, contact.html, about.html, and if I show you again it will be the same. So the index page will only have the main structure of our website. So for adding all of these pages, about, contact, main and share with friend in my index page, I have to focus on this index page. So back to my editor, here I have this page of index.html, and we don't need these HTML pages, so let's close this from here and let's leave this index.html page right here and cut these pages home, contact and about from here and paste it inside our pages folder. And here is my index.html. Let's change its extension to be PHP because we are going to make it dynamic using PHP. Okay, so first of all let's see it in browser first. So in the PHP course, in the folder of cat, in the folder of project, in the folder of dynamic web pages, I have this index.php, and I know you are familiar that, as I said in the first movies of this course, that for index page you don't have to type here index here, because by default the page that is going to come up will be the index.php, just the same for adding index here or for removing index from here. So let's add index. So I have this index.php file right here. So we need to focus on this part right here, and this part is empty right now. So you can inspect the element of these pages using Firebug tool or maybe Google Chrome web developer tool. So I'm gonna use Firebug tool to inspect these pages. You can also use the Chrome web developer tool, it's up to you. So using this Firebug right here, I can see the ID of this div, and you can see that it's showing me right here that this one is ID of content. All of the white spaces belong to this div of ID content. So in the index.php file, I have this ID of content right here, and it's empty at the moment. So I have to add here PHP code that can make this web page to still sit for every single page. And inside this pages folder, let's change their extension to be PHP, and I'm going to change their extension to inc.php. So this inc will tell you that these pages are going to be included in my index file. So that's why I'm changing it for inc.php. Changing this one to be inc.php. Okay, now we have these 4 pages of PHP, and here I have this index.php page. So first of all, we need to focus on these tabs: home, about us, contact us, tell a friend. And for focusing on these tabs, these links, inside my code online 149, I have these links for home, about us, contact us, tell a friend, coming soon, and etc. So we need to focus on these links, and first of all we need to define our search query parameter here, and we want to connect these home, about us, contact us, these links with this index.php file. So I have to mention here this name of this file of index.php here. So let's leave this home link here and add the links for our other pages, and in a moment you will know that why I'm leaving this link of home. So in the about us page, in my pages folder, when we made our pages to be about.inc.php, I have to mention exactly the name of about here. But before doing that, first of all I have to mention my index.php name here, and after that you can use your search query parameter. You can use ID or name or page, whatever you want, and I'm going to choose the name for my search query parameter to be page name. And now I have to equal this page name exactly with this about.inc.php. Similarly, for connecting this contact page here, I have to first mention my index.php file, and then mentioning this same query parameter of page name here, and this time I have to equal it with this exactly contact, this one, otherwise it's not going to work. Now for tell a friend, doing the same thing here and changing it for share with friend. You can see the capitalization of share, with, and friend. Saving this one out. And before moving any further, I want you to focus on these pages that are right here. Let's open these pages: about, contact, home, share with friend. And first of all, in my about page, you can see we have all the stuff that I showed you using HTML. We have these links, we have these text, and using Firebug tool, I told you that you just have to focus on this ID of content div. So anything before or after the ID of content, you need to get rid of that thing. And this div just has starting from 161 line to 183. So first of all, you need to get rid of all of this content because you don't need it. You have already have this content in your HTML file. So we don't need this div of ID content right here as well. And this part here too. I will just have this simple HTML and saving this one out. Same with contact.inc.php file. We don't need this whole code of CSS and HTML. We have to focus on this div that just contain my material. Okay, now I have this h1p and this form right here. And we need to get rid of the things that are after my div of content. Okay, saving this one out. And in my home.inc.php, first of all, you need to get rid of all the things before the div of ID content and before this side area div. Here is where our content div is ending. Need to get rid of this as well, removing this div of here, saving this one out. And share with friends, similarly, I have to first of all get rid of all the things till the div of ID content, then all the things in my side area and rest, and at last this div of ID content as well. Saving this one out. Now these pages of about, contact, home and share with friends don't have anything from this basic structure. They don't have header, they don't have their sidebar, they don't have this background, they just have this content, because we just need this content from these pages. So they just have this content in which they have some images, some text and some styles as well, and nothing more. Now if I show you this home.inc.php, what we have right now here, so in the folder of pages folder, inside dynamic web pages folder, I have this home.inc.php. Clicking on this page, now this is the page that we got right now, because there is no CSS files attached with this page because we removed their header and footer as well. We just focused on the simple straight content. Let's close this one from here. Now we need to focus on this index.php file.